The city was a symphony of noise. Cars honked, sirens wailed, people rushed. In the heart of this urban jungle stood the Titan Industries building, a monument to ambition and power. Inside, on the top floor, James Carver, CEO, stared out his window. The city spread beneath him, a concrete jungle he ruled. Yet behind his calm facade, Carver felt a tremor of unease.
Carver's day was a blur of meetings, calls and decisions. His assistant Emily navigated his schedule with practiced ease.
"Your 3 p.m. is here, Mr. Carver," she said, her voice calm amidst the controlled chaos.
Carver nodded, barely looking up from his overflowing inbox. But something was off. A nagging feeling, like an itch he couldn't scratch. As the afternoon wore on, Carver's unease intensified. He glanced at his phone, a strange emptiness in his gut. There was no message from his wife, no missed calls. Unusual for a man who practically lived on his phone. He dismissed it as stress, the ever-present companion of success. But the feeling lingered, a dark premonition in the back of his mind. 5 p.m., the workday ended, the office slowly emptying. But Carver remained an island in the growing silence. He was engrossed in a confidential report, his brow furrowed in concentration. Suddenly, his phone buzzed, an unknown number. Carver hesitated, then answered. A distorted voice, cold and menacing, sent chills down his spine.
"We know your secrets," it whispered, then the line went dead.
Carver stared at the phone, his heart pounding in his chest. Fear, primal and sharp, cut through his composure. He tried to shake off the unsettling call, attributing it to a prank. But the voice, laced with malice, echoed in his mind. He gathered his things, a sense of urgency gripping him. He had to get home to see his wife, to make sure everything was all right. As Carver left the building, he couldn't shake the feeling that he was being watched. He scanned the faces in the crowd, each one a potential threat. He hailed a cab, his hands trembling slightly.
"Home," he said, his voice hoarse with unspoken fear.
The city lights blurred past the window, a kaleidoscope of colours reflecting his growing dread. He was a man used to being in control, but tonight the city felt like a labyrinth, and he was lost within its depths. News of Carver's disappearance spread through Titan Industries like wildfire. Whispers replaced the usual hum of business. Emily, usually the epitome of calm, felt a knot of anxiety tighten in her stomach. Carver's office was untouched, his belongings still there. It was as if he had vanished into thin air. The police were called, detectives swarmed the building, their faces grim.
Emily answered their questions, her voice trembling slightly. "He seemed on edge," she admitted, recalling his unusual behavior.
The detectives exchanged glances. Something wasn't right. Days turned into nights, each hour deepening the mystery. The media went into a frenzy, painting Carver's disappearance as a tale of ambition, greed and possible foul play. Rumours swirled through the city. Had he run off? Was it a kidnapping or something more sinister? The truth, hidden somewhere in the labyrinthine corridors of corporate intrigue, remained elusive. Detective Sarah Rhodes, known for her sharp mind and unwavering focus, was assigned to the Carver case. She studied the files, her brow furrowed in concentration. Carver's life, laid bare on paper, revealed a man of ambition and power, but also a man with secrets. Rhodes had a knack for unravelling mysteries, for seeing the patterns others missed. And something about this case, a subtle dissonance, told her this was more than a simple disappearance. Rhodes began by interviewing Carver's inner circle family, friends, colleagues. Each conversation added a piece to the puzzle, but none revealed the complete picture.
His wife, a beautiful socialite, seemed genuinely distraught, her grief palpable. His business partner, however, seemed evasive, his answers carefully measured. Rhodes made a mental note to dig deeper.
The office, too, held secrets. Rhodes spent hours scrutinizing Carver's workspace, looking for any clue, any anomaly that might lead her to him. His computer, meticulously organized, offered no digital breadcrumbs. His calendar, however, held a curious entry. A meeting scheduled for the evening of his disappearance with no name attached. The mystery deepened, pulling Rhodes further into its intricate web. What do you think happened to Carver? Share your thoughts in the comments below. And don't forget to like this video and subscribe to our channel for more intriguing cases.